Since the end of World War II, the world has held its breath, hoping to never witness another global conflict. But in a time of nuclear weapons, artificial intelligence, and global tensions, what would happen if World War III broke out? World War III wouldn't start like the ones before it. No assassination in Sarajevo, no invasion of Poland. In today's interconnected world, it would begin with a spark, possibly in Eastern Europe, Taiwan, or the Middle East. A misstep between superpowers, a misinterpreted military move, a cyber attack falsely attributed, a conflict between NATO and Russia, or the United States and China could escalate in days. With global alliances and mutual defense treaties, local wars become world wars very quickly. World War III wouldn't just be fought on battlefields. It would span cyberspace, outer space, and even artificial intelligence. Cyber warfare would be the opening act, paralyzing banks, power grids, and satellites. Drone swarms could strike military targets without risking soldiers. Hypersonic missiles might hit their marks in minutes, giving countries little time to respond. But the most terrifying weapon of all remains unchanged: nuclear arms. There are over 12,000 nuclear warheads on Earth, many held by just a few nations. And even a small-scale nuclear exchange could change the world forever. Scientists warn of a nuclear winter. Smoke from detonations would block sunlight, drastically lowering global temperatures. Crops would fail, famine could follow. In a full-scale nuclear war, hundreds of millions, possibly billions, could die in hours. Countries might hesitate to use nukes first, but in a high-stakes conflict, miscommunication or panic could tip the balance. Even if nuclear weapons weren't used, the devastation would be historic. Entire economies would collapse, supply chains would be destroyed, global markets would freeze. Cities might fall into chaos, governments could be overthrown. Refugee crises would explode. In the global south, where many nations are less equipped for prolonged conflict, the humanitarian impact could be apocalyptic. The war wouldn't just reshape borders, it would reshape civilization. In a conflict of this scale, there would be no clear winner. Maybe one side would survive politically, but at a cost so great, it would hardly matter. The true outcome would be mutual destruction, both military and moral. In the aftermath, the world would be forced to rebuild again. Just as Europe rose from the ruins of World War II, survivors might band together, forming new governments, new alliances, and perhaps new systems. But the scars, nuclear, environmental, and emotional, could last generations. Technology and infrastructure could be set back by decades, and the global power structure would shift entirely. The truth is, we're not powerless. Diplomacy, open dialogue, arms treaties, and global cooperation have prevented global war for over 75 years. Mutually assured destruction may sound terrifying, but it's also the reason no nuclear nation has fired a weapon in war since 1945. Peace isn't passive. It's an active choice made by millions every day. It's made in classrooms, at elections, in courtrooms, and at dinner tables. And it's up to us to keep making it. World War III would be unlike anything we've ever seen, and it's a future we must never allow to happen. Because the greatest lesson of history is that those who ignore it are doomed to repeat it. Subscribe for more alternate histories, real events, and the future shaped by the past.